living a simple life, something out those aches and pains from working on the farm.
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms in the mountains of North Carolina. Before I get on to tonight's video, remember, I've got a second channel, Farpoint Farms, Restorations and Repairs. We focus on automotive related content over there, but I hope you'll stop by, maybe check out a video or two, like and subscribe if you like it. And I've got a brand new website, farpointfarms.com. That's Farpoint Farms with an S. Got a cool website over there with some forums, a lot of community being built up over there. I hope you'll join us over there as well. Now on to tonight's video. I got this awesome new heating and air conditioning unit from NewAir I want to talk to you about. I don't know if this will go out before the big reveal does, but let me go ahead and spill the beans if it has. I'm building a new shop, a new studio, and we're going to do a lot more filming there. The garage has done well for 75,000 views, but it's time to maybe make a more dedicated space. And since I work for a living out of this building and do a bunch of other stuff down here, it's getting a little harder and harder to keep track of everything that I'm doing for this channel and the other channel and the website and the podcast and the radio show and so on and so forth. So we decided it was time to build something. We're building it and we need something to heat and cool it. And while it's sitting here at the end of February when I film this, certainly I'm not in the need for AC right now. We do need heat. And so when I was looking at their website and saw that they offered this unit, which is 14,000 BTU and does do both heat and air, it's a heat pump unit, I thought, oh, this is perfect. And it's not a permanent install. You can roll this thing around, put it wherever you need it. For us, we're going to leave it hopefully in one spot. But yeah, so it's kind of cool. It is. The model number is NAC14KWHH2. Weighs 70 pounds, so it is not something you want to be bear hugging and picking up too often, but it does come on wheels. And of course, I'll go through all of this. We'll plug it in, and I'll hook a temperature gauge up to it, and we'll figure out just how warm that heat gets. And yeah, these NewAir folks, they when they send something out, it gets there real fast. I was shocked at how quickly from the day that it said it shipped for something this size for it to arrive on site so fast, and it did. And that's cool. Actually, I think this thing probably just slides up off. Let's see if I can lift it. Oh yeah, there we go. Awesome. Move that off to the side, close the knife up so I don't stab myself. I'll get the camera closer in, of course. Wow, it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, a lot more narrow anyway. Well, here it is all unpacked, and I'll just show you real quick what it comes with here. We have this, which is our adjustable slide for our window. So you can use this on a very short or a very long window. It comes with an extension. So if I want to put it on both sides, I'll go ahead and slide it in here to show you what I mean. And then you lock these down. And you're talking about, 36 inch at least. You probably go even wider than that. And it also has a place to screw this in. There's two little holes here, so you can screw it so it screws to the window assembly. And there's screws even harder to see, probably holes there. So you literally could attach it so your window wouldn't be easy to open if someone were going to try to sneak into your house or something like that. So that's cool. Then it comes with this, which is a big accordion. That's our vent pipe. That's going to attach to that right there. And that's how we vent the system. So conventional window AC unit is going to be sitting in the window and the venting to the rear. This one here sits wherever you need it to and vents through that hose right there. That's the big difference. Comes with this really cool remote. This remote has power on and off, mode on and off, fan modes, temperature, and it also allows this thing to swing, so you can kind of vary the flow, which is a nice thing to kind of get it all the way around the room. It also has a timer, which is perfect for me because I'll probably flip it on an hour before I get home from work and have it running to cool off or heat up the facilities before I get out there. So that's kind of cool. So that's neat. And I don't need to have that, I don't need to get up and walk over to this thing if I'm too hot or too cold. I can make adjustments remotely. Then it does come with the owner's manual. I'll go through that manual fairly quickly. And 28 pages in English. And it does say 14,000 BTU. Pretty cool. 120 volts. Nice. Okay, I'll set that aside as well. And let's take a look at the unit here. I'll get it over here and show it to you. But here's where our vent is going to be on top of this. I'll go show you that here in a second. We have our info on the back. We got our power cord, and it's a pretty stout cord here. It does have a resettable fuse built into it. That's what that is right there. I would imagine, let me read this, probably don't want to have Yeah, don't want to really use this on an extension cord, but if you were going to use it, you'd want to make sure it's a 15 amp for sure. Here's our exhaust hookup here. You have 2 clips right here, and that is going to release our screen. So our air is coming in, going through the system, blowing the cold air out the top, hot exhaust air is coming out and going outside the window. That's how that works. Down at the bottom, that right there is our drain. Now, one of the reasons I picked this is this acts as a dehumidifier. And when you run an air conditioner, the normal process of evaporators is they're going to condense, and you're going to have moisture in the air condensed into a liquid. You have to drain that at some point. This one gives you 2 choices. It has like a burn it off as I go mode, which will greatly reduce the amount of times you have to remove the tray and clean this thing out. Or you can just vent it, which, since this is probably going to be a semi-permanent installation in our house, I'll probably pop a hole in the ground and just have it draining to outside as it goes. So that's the most efficient way to use these. Let me get the camera off the tripod. We'll take a close look and I'll show you all its features and functions. And then, like I said, it's way too cold for us to try out the AC here, but we will plug it in. I'll fire up the heat and just show you how quiet or how loud this thing is. If it's anything like anything else from NewAir, it's not going to be very loud. All right, here we go. You'll have to excuse the mess that is my shop right now. You try running 3-4 businesses, actually it's 4 businesses now out of a garage this size, and you'll see how cluttered it can get. Up here on top, timer mode, fan speed, select, temperature up and down. We do have Celsius and Fahrenheit. And then we have heat, cool, fan, and dry. So again, it is also, and it's not really listed that way, but this is also a dehumidifier. So if you have moisture problems, say you're operating this in the basement, this is also perfect for that. So you can use it straight as a dehumidifier. Of course, lastly over there is our power on and off. This flips up, and it's on a motor, so I don't want to do that often, but there's where our AC is going to go, and it directs and is motorized control, so it's going to film up and down if you want it to. Around here on the back, this is where our screen is that we're going to clean every now and again. That's protecting our intake. Here's where our exhaust is. You can see the big fan down in there, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Right? And then down at the very bottom, that is our drain for moisture. That's all there is to it. On the side here, you can see there is quite a bit of question marks, you know. Single outlet use only. So in our shed, or the studio, as my wife likes to call it, we have wired a single outlet that is going to be dedicated for this. And you can see why. 14,000 cooling capacity, heating capacity is 11,000 BTUs. It does draw 11 amps. That's a lot of amperage. So that's why they're saying, hey, probably just want to have that as a single circuit. Kind of like a toaster oven. You don't want a toaster oven or a microwave sharing a circuit. It's the same kind of thing. This is a very large unit. If you were getting, you know, an 8,000 or a 5,000 BTU, well, they're not going to draw quite as many amps. But there it is again. NAC14KWHH2 is the model. This one has a serial number on it. That's kind of cool. And that's pretty much it, my friends. I'll go ahead and plug it in, and I'll get my thermometer out, and we'll see what kind of heat she throws. Let's do that. Got it all plugged in. One thing you definitely want to realize with a unit like this, if you had to lay this sideways, or if this has just arrived at your house, you don't want to plug it in right away. The gases that are in this, the refrigerant, if they settle to the wrong area, you turn it on, the compressor might try to compress liquid instead of gas, and that could damage the compressor. So when you get these, always make sure you leave them in the upright position. They say for 24 hours. It sounds like a good plan to me. And then once that is done, and this has, then you're clear to go ahead and fire the unit up. I've got mine plugged in. You can see it says 40 because that's what it is right now. I'm gonna power it up. I'm gonna go to heat. It's at 75, you see that, opens up. And here in a second, the fan should start spinning. There it goes. Here it comes. You can see the heat. Compressor just kicked on. We'll let that run for a minute or two. Hopefully you can hear that. I mean, you hear the fan definitely, but you don't hear it. It's not like an annoyance or something that I would say is a problem. But I'm going to go grab my thermal temperature gauge, and we'll see how warm it is. Yeah, right on. Well, let's wrap this thing up. So there it is. It's the NewAir heat and AC unit, and it's going to be a part of future videos because, well, it's the heating and AC unit for the future studio, and I'm happy with it. I'll leave a link where you can pick one of these up, and as always, thanks NewAir for keeping me in mind and sending this my way. A lot of the things I am able to do here on the channel, I would not be able to do on the channel if it were not for the support of companies like the good folks over at NewAir. So I hope you'll give them a visit and maybe consider them when it's time to give some heat or AC to your next project. Till next time, my friends, take care.